of my topic is actually dead simple. Okay, stable coins. Anybody know what stable coins are? Raise your hand. Raise it high. Confidence. Okay, what's a stable coin?
Maintains purchasing power.
Maintain purchasing power. Anybody else? Quickly.
Tied to an asset.
Say it again.
Tied to an asset.
Tied to an asset? Okay, I don't agree with both of those because they have algorithmic stable coins that are tied to an algorithm. Maintain purchasing power. Where? If you have a US dollar-based stable coin, is going to maintain purchasing power in Bitcoin? When Bitcoin shoots up to 20,000? No. But it's a difficult concept. Anybody else? Quickly. Stable coin is something that maintains a stable price relative to other assets. Okay? Now, most stable coins, or the concept of stable coins, to people in the US are centered around the US dollar. So they tried to make stable coins such as Tether, backed by US dollars. But, you know, my African counterparts actually told me, how can anybody consider a US dollar-backed stable coin stable when US dollar is so volatile? As soon as the US wants to prove a point, they drive the price of the dollar up or down, causing instability and volatility. So by definition, that's not stable. It may be stable if you're in the US and you only use US dollars, but ask users of the euro, or the Nigerian naira, or the Japanese yen, or the Chinese yuan. So a US dollar-backed coin is not stable. A US dollar peg coin is not stable. Okay? We've created a stable coin. My company is Veri. There we go, right there. The element of truth. And what we do is we are a peer-to-peer capital markets application provider. We provide software tied to the blockchain that allows you to do business directly with him without a trusted third counterparty. She can do business with her without Goldman Sachs. You can do business with him without Morgan Stanley or Citibank or the New York Stock Exchange. You deal directly. So one of the tenets of dealing directly is to be able to transfer your value from A to B without it fluctuating. That's why Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc., don't make strong transfers of value because they're very volatile. So we created a stable coin and we backed it with a hard asset. Nope, let's take that back. We created a stable coin or stable store of value that is a hard asset. Guess what it could be?
Gold.
Take a guess. I'm gonna turn my back in. Anybody guess?
Gold.
Come on, what?
Gold.
Gold. Oro.
What's this?
Silver.
A kilogram of silver. Okay. And what's this?
Gold.
A kilogram of gold. So what you do is you go to our peer-to-peer application software. We have multiple categories, just like Microsoft Office, where I have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. We have VE tokenization, VE exposure, which is basically a venture capital fund driven by smart contracts. We have VE rent, where you can rent these tokens, and VE assets, where you can veritize, in the name of the company's Veritation, hard assets. Tokenized gold is the ultimate stable coin once it comes to transferring value. Why? Because gold is stable. Has anybody ever held gold before? A kilogram. Who would like to hold a kilogram of gold while I talk? Eleanor? Pass these around. I'm very serious. I want this back. Okay? A kilogram of gold is about $40,000 in US dollars. A kilogram of silver is about, say, 500. Okay? And you will have to follow that around, please, gentlemen. Thank you. Okay. So, gold has held its value for a long time. Over the last 2,000 years or so, you could take 1 gram of gold and buy about 5 loaves of bread. Okay? Contrast this to the current reserve currency. And I'm going to speed up. So if anybody doesn't know what reserve currency is, the reserve currency is a currency that most of the important transactions in the world are priced in. Gold is priced in the reserve currency, which is the US dollar, oil, etc. What makes the reserve currency? Well, that is the currency of the country that has the biggest guns. You have the most powerful military, you get to dictate what the rest of the world trades in. It's the US dollar currently. Before the US dollar and the US, what was the reserve currency? Speak up, the pound, because the British pound was owned by Britain, which had the largest standing navy and military, most powerful military, due to imperial pursuits. But that's off to a tangent. So, 100 years ago, okay, $1 would buy roughly, what, 4 loaves of bread? 5 cents would buy roughly 1 loaf of bread. Right now, if you go to a supermarket or Whole Foods, a loaf of bread is about $5. 4 loaves of bread is about 20. Right now, 4 loaves of bread is still 1 gram of gold. So gold can maintain constant purchasing power for 2,000 years. The US dollar over 100 years has lost 95% of its purchasing power. That goes to show you how stable a store of value backed by gold is. Now, I'm not a gold bug. The reason why we chose gold is because of its lasting stability and the fact that it has certain legal rights and permissions that allow you to use it and not have to register with various regulatory agencies. Now, we have this token called VE Gold, and it's available right now in digital form. It represents ownership in a unit of gold. If you go to DAPP.veritasium.com, your app will come up, hit the menu, go to VE Assets, pick the denomination you want of gold, silver, or palladium, click buy, you can buy it. If you use F, the whole process takes 8 minutes or so if you pass the AML KYC. But the AML KYC person is here, so it probably won't happen that fast. Okay? Raise your hand, Miss AML KYC person. That is, she's having a conversation. She's right there ignoring me. To give you an example of what the team looks like, this is Marilyn Charlot. We pulled her from Societe Generale. She was Vice President of Financial Crimes. Sounds like a scary title, but basically, she did anti-money laundering. Okay, we have a very diverse team that helped build a stable token, which I'm going to explain a little more later in a few minutes. In the front, we have Lorna Johnson. She's business development. She is currently the Assistant Vice President for the DNC. She's a successful entrepreneur, healthcare, real estate. We have Eleanor, who is watching my kilogram, hopefully. Eleanor is ex-McKinsey, ex-Goldman, ex-equity analyst. We have Andrew Smith, who may not be here. He's walking around the grounds. He is from a $23 billion fixed income fund out of New York, real acquisition specialist. We have Manish Kapoor, 20 years of financial analysis. We have engineering and software development team about 9 strong. We have a financial analyst team about 4 strong. If you Google my name, Reggie Middleton, or if you ask Google introducing Reggie Middleton video, you'll see sizzle reels. I'm known for predicting the fall of Bear Stearns about 6 months in advance, Lehman Brothers about 9 months, General Growth Properties, the European debt crisis, the pop of Google, the fall of Apple, the European sovereign debt crisis, the residential real estate crisis, commercial real estate crisis, about 94 calls over the last 10, 11 years. I got into crypto in 2013. Okay, and I've built a lot of these peer-to-peer, or we've built these peer-to-peer software markets. Now, back to stable tokens. Now that I've explained what a stable token is, number one, it has to be stable. We backed it with gold. One token represents ownership in 1 unit of gold, whether it's a gram, an ounce, a kilo. Okay? Now, after we've tokenized it, you own that gold. You can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it, pledge it, lose it, destroy it, keep it, save it, give it to your grandkids. Whenever you want the actual gold, you send it back to us. You pass AML KYC, you give us an address, we ship the gold to you. It's just that simple. You own the gold physically. Usually when you buy the gold and someone puts it in a vault, you get a paper receipt, we're giving you an ERC20 token receipt. That ERC20 token receipt rides along the blockchain with all the blockchain attributes, and now instead of being a paper receipt, it can act as a store of value, collateral, pledge, etc., etc. Now, it rides on the ERC20 platform, which means it rides on the Ethereum blockchain, right? All altcoins and stable coins, etc., seem to go up and down with the promise of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum has corrected hard, about 80% over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 months. All the altcoins fell with it. So, who's smart? Raise your hand. Oh, please, let's try this again. Who's smart? Raise your hand. Okay, so the first one to raise their hand was a woman right there. Okay, so you buy a kilogram of gold without tokens, right on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum corrects 80% again. The tokens go down 80%. What do you do as this very smart person? Speak up, quick. Pressure. Hurry up, quick, what? You don't know? You wait. Who else is smart?
Sell it.
You sell it. You sell it at an 80% discount. Okay, who else is smart? What? You're cheating. You work here. Who else is smart? What would you do? Buy more. Okay, now you have buy, hold, sell. So 3 different answers. We did 2 of them. You cheated 2, but you will buy more. Listen, you buy gold at $40,000 spot price per kilogram. It drops 80%. Let's say 75%. That means it's trading at $10,000. Okay, all you have to do is take that gold and redeem it to us. We'll give you $40,000 worth of gold. So, if you could buy $40,000 worth of gold for $10,000, what would you do for the next 2 or 3 days? Buy as much gold as you can. Redeem it, sell it, and you get instant profit. That's called market arbitrage. Whenever prices move outside of equilibrium, out of fair value, you simply buy the underpriced asset, or you sell the overpriced asset, and you come back to mean. It's guaranteed money. Now, if everybody buys this gold because it's selling at an 80% discount, what's going to happen to the gold token price? It goes up, guaranteed, because greed drives it up, market arbitrage. Let's say it goes up too far. So it's $40,000 for a key, it goes up to $150,000. What is the smart person going to do? Sell. When you sell it, what happens to the price? It goes down. It's going to go down until what price?
Equilibrium.
Come on, audience, help me out.
Equilibrium.
The equilibrium, the spot price of gold. So market forces are going to force this token to stay about the spot price of gold. If it drops, people are going to buy. If it goes too high, they're going to sell. Market arbitrage and human greed or human nature keeps it at the spot price of gold. And the spot price of gold has been pretty much constant for about 5,000 years. That's a stable token. It's stable in Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, euros, Swiss francs, anything you can think of. Okay, true stability. Now it gets better because it rides on the Ethereum blockchain. And riding on the Ethereum blockchain, you have all the attributes of the blockchain. You have a provenance and an audit trail, so you can always tell where it went. And you can make use of these special pieces of code called
smart contracts.
Smart contracts. Thank you very much. He's cheating too, because he's seen this before, but that's all right. So, if you can make use of smart contracts, you have an internationally renowned stable token with 5,000 years of stability history. It rides through the blockchain, which means it can go over state borders, country borders, across oceans, everywhere in the world for pennies. And it could do it conditionally through a smart contract. That condition could be very simple. I will send 4 grams of gold, which is $160, right, to that small person who got the answer right anytime after 4 p.m., but anytime before 8 p.m. Relatively simple smart contract. Or an advanced contract, like we're building now. A mortgage note and a mortgage. So we're building mortgage notes and mortgages to finance a hard money loan to buy a development property for a developer in Jersey City, right? The entire note and the entire mortgage is built on the blockchain using a smart contract, using the gold token as the store of value. I don't want to say currency because it's not a currency, but the store of value. Which means now, if everybody cooperates in the value chain, we can have a real estate closing 45 seconds or less. I don't know who's bought property before, but you're talking about 30 days to about 6 to 8 months. We'll do it in 45 seconds. With no credit risk, no counterparty risk, guaranteed clearance. Anything doesn't go through, it gets flagged by the system. You see exactly what went wrong, very easy to fix. Okay, smart contracts using the stable token that we have, VE Gold, they're unbreachable. You can't break it. The value, the gold, is put into the blockchain and stored in the contract. So unbreachable, self-administering, self-executing, okay, and perfect provenance chain. Provenance means you can tell exactly where everybody went. All the tokens, the value went from here to there at this particular time for everybody to see. This is the invention of the blockchain. This is what made Bitcoin so phenomenal. No, it's not about trading tokens back and forth. It's not about speculating on prices going high or low. It's about now you can do business with anybody in the world. You don't have to worry about their credit rating, their credit risk, their counterparty risk, their balance sheet, their name, their religion, because you can enter into a contract with somebody and you can guarantee that contract terms will execute as agreed. The biggest risk, you've got to watch what you agree to. So you read the contract. Now, raise your hands. Does anybody think this is a phenomenal undertaking? Raise your hands. Hi. I'm going to attack anybody who doesn't have their hands up, so just so you know. It's this simple. Go to veritation.com. You get to see our video. Okay, a little documentary we did in Dubai. Go to the menu from the upper right-hand corner. You can meet our team, VE team, very diverse team. It's about 23 of us. And you can see what we're up to. One of the first efforts that we're making with the stable token is we're going to Africa. Why? Africa has 1.39 billion citizens. This 1.39 billion citizens creates one of the largest workforces in the world, second only to the country of China. But it has 54 nations, right? China only has one. So how do we solve this problem? We take this stable token and we use it to tie all 54 countries together. Their economies, their exchanges, the small businesses, the medium-sized businesses, oil, gas, coal, gold, etc. Africa has the largest store of natural resources in the world, and right now, almost everything is on sale. Equity markets in recession. I will keep going till he says stop. He hasn't said stop yet. All for everybody. Thank you very much.
Reggie Middleton!
One more thing. Can I make an announcement? We're having dinner at 8 a.m. tonight. PM. 8 p.m. tonight. And anybody wants to know, contact Eleanor right there.
Hey, Reggie. Listen, man. You were awesome. That was great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I'm throwing an event in Washington, the Washington AI blockchain. Somebody got to come. November 30, December 1.